Welcome guys to the series of paper 2 2023 GCE question 3a and 3b solved. Question 3a says express 9 over 1 minus 4k minus 8 over 1 minus 3k as a single fraction in its simplest form. Okay, so basically with this one, let us write it down again. So with this one here, we are just going to find the LCM, the lowest common multiple for this. So don't start panicking. When you see expressions like this on the denominator, you're going to be using the same expressions as your lowest common multiple. So here we're going to have in one bracket as 1 minus 4k, in the other bracket 1 minus 3k as our lowest common multiple. Okay, then we start dividing. So this going into this, we just cancel this value. Okay, so this into this will remain with this. So we'll multiply 9 times this. Okay, so we're going to have 9 times 1 minus 3k. So same, the opposite happens on the other side. Okay, so here, this into this, we'll cancel this, and then we'll multiply negative 8, okay, times this 1 minus 4k. So they're just swapping there. Okay, next we multiply. Let us expand. What is 9 times 1? Okay, we're going to have something, we're going to have 9. What is 9 times negative 3k? So we're going to have negative 27k, which is correct. Negative 8 times 1, we're going to have negative 8. Then negative 8 times negative 4k, we're going to have negative 32k. Okay, now from there, we are just going to put the like terms together. Don't forget the denominators, sorry. Let us put the like terms together. So the 9 and the negative 8 will be put together. Okay, so 9 minus 8, then negative k plus 32k. Remember, they are not crossing any equal signs, so do not change their signs. Okay, so negative 27 is still negative 27. Same applies with 32, 8, and 9. Okay, so from here, what is 9 minus 8? Good, that is a 1. Okay, we have a 1. Then negative 27k plus 32k. Different signs there. We are going to subtract, okay, the smallest number from a bigger number, and then we'll get the sign for the bigger number. So the bigger is 32, we write positive, so plus. Then if we get a 27 from 32, we have a 5. That is done. So expressing this as a single fraction, the answer is 1 plus 5k over 1 minus 4k. And then in other bracket, that is 1 minus 3k. Okay, we go to question 3b, which is probability. So a girl has 7 green apples and 6 red apples in a bag. She picks one apple at random from the bag and eats it. She picks another apple and eats it. Okay. Draw a tree diagram to illustrate all the possible outcomes. So looking at this, we have only 2 events, okay? Meaning our tree is going to have 2 branches, because those branches, they represent how many events you have. So we're going to have 2 branches. Even in the second row, we are going to have 2 branches, like so. Again, on the other branch, 2 branches. Okay, so the first branch here on top represents green, because that is the first event given. So going on top there, we're going to have green. Okay, then here down here we have red. Okay, and then we have red. Okay, so on the same branch going down here, red. The second branch, we're giving it to red, so red. This is the first branch on the second branch, that is green. Okay, so the possible outcomes there, we have green, we have green, red, green, we have red. Now let us put our numbers here. Okay, so the probability of picking a green apple is 7 over, what is 7 plus 6? Good, that is a 13. So the probability of picking green is 7 over 13. Okay, now since this apple, when it's gotten from the bag, it's being eaten. When you eat it, do you replace it? Definitely not. So out of the total, we assume to say here on the first branch, a green apple was picked, okay, and it was eaten. What will happen to this total number of the green apples? Good, it will reduce. It will reduce to what? 6. Now, if the green apples have reduced to 6, do you think the total possible outcomes, is it still going to be the same? No, it can't be 13 because one apple was eaten, so it has to reduce to 12. So in the second draw, the total number of events will reduce by 1. Okay, even the green apple will also reduce by 1. So there on that branch you have 6 over 12. Then the red apple was not picked. Okay, remember the red apple on this branch here, it was not picked, meaning the red apples are still 6. But the total numbers have reduced because the green apple was not replaced. So we'll have 6 over 12. Okay. The second branch in the first draw, we have 6. Okay. So in the second draw here, here in the first draw, we are having 6 over 13 because red apples are 6 and the total still remains the same in the first draw. But in the second draw, if you can see where there is red here, red has reduced. Why? Because on this branch, we are looking at the red apple now. So the red apple was eaten. What will happen? The total numbers has to reduce by 1, meaning even the total possible outcomes, it has to reduce by 1 as well. So we are having 5 over 12. Then on this second branch, a green apple was not picked. Okay, the green apple was picked in the first branch here, but the second branch, a green apple was not picked. So it will maintain the same numbers as 13. I mean as 7. Then the possible outcome, the total possible outcomes will reduce by 1 because the red was not reduced, was not replaced. So this is our tree diagram. Okay. So question 3b Roman numeral 1 is done. Question 3b Roman numeral 2 says, what is the probability that the first apple eaten was green? So looking at all our possible outcomes here, they're saying we need to find the probability that the first apple which was eaten was green. So which branch has got green as the first apple which was eaten? It's just this here, green, green, and the green red. The remaining ones, we have a red and a red apple which was eaten first, but we only want where a green apple was eaten first. So here we'll just use GG, okay, plus GR. So we'll add the events here and here, okay. So GG represents the probability of G in the first draw. This represents the probability of G in the second draw. So G in the first draw is 7 over 13. In the second draw is 6 over 12, which we have here. So G means G times G, okay? So plus, now on the other hand, we have GR. So G in the first draw, which is 7 over 13, and then R is 6 over 12 right here, okay? From here, we are going to simplify in those brackets. So 7 times 7, we're going to have 42. 13 times 12, we have 156, okay, which will be the same answer even in the other bracket. From here, we are adding, so we're going to find the LCM, the lowest common multiple for 156, which is still 156, okay. Then here, if we say 156 into 156, that is 1 times 42, 42. Same here. So it will be 42 plus 42, which will give us 84 divided by 156. Now here, we are going to divide with, we need to reduce our value to its lowest, of course. So we can just divide by, I think a 12 can do. So if we divide with a 12 on the 84 there, we're going to have a 7, okay, and then if we divide with the 12 on the 56, we're going to have a 13. So we have the final answer there as 7 over 13. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Keep on watching the series of Paper 2 2023 GCE.